Sir, I didn't it.
You didn't do it, right? This is what you said.
Yes.
Okay, this is not good thing. Anyways, I come to this later. Ahmed Alam, quickly unmute and tell me. Hurry up.
No, sir, I did not do it.
You didn't do it very well. Okay, good. Abdul Rafi, yes, hurry up. Complete your.
So I did two questions. Why were British able to expand their influence in India between 1750 and 1850? And why did Sir Syed try to improve relations between the Muslims and the British?
Okay, very good. Fine. Um, Uzafa Ahmed. Hurry up, boy. Hurry up. Uzafa Ahmed.
Sir, I did the first two questions. I didn't do the 7 mark question which you gave last time.
Can you tell me which first two questions? Hurry up.
Sir, let me read them. I don't remember. Sir, did educational services of Sir Syed had the major impact on the revival of the Muslims following the War of Independence? Explain. And why did Sir Syed try to improve the relations with the British?
Okay, next. Mohammed Faik. Hurry up, Faik.
Yes, sir. Sir, I did the 7 marks question you gave before. Why did Sir Syed try to improve relations with the British?
Okay. Next, Hasnan Sayyid. Hurry up. Hurry
Sir,
up,
I
boy.
don't have a
Yes.
question.
Yes, boy. Hurry up, hurry.
Sir, I don't really have a question.
We discussed in the class, boy. How come you don't know it? Right. Anyways, let me go to the next boy. Muhammad Abdurrahman. Hurry up, Abdurrahman.
Sir, yes, I did that one, the 7 marks question one. Why did Sir Syed Ahmed try to improve relations with the British?
Okay. Did you do it properly? Any issues?
No, sir, no issues. But I took
Okay.
help from my mom.
Okay. And did you take help from the notes? And did you take help from the
Yes, sir.
marking
Yes, sir.
scheme?
I took screenshots of your screen, so I took help with it also.
Okay. Muhammad Arslan Abbas. Hurry up, boy. Muhammad Arslan. Boys, hurry up. Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me about your work quickly.
Sir, I've done it. Only the EIC question is left.
EIC,
Yes, sir.
which is that one?
Sir, the EIC one of
Okay. Muhammad Ashur.
Yes, sir, I did the 4 mark question. Why were the British able to expand their control in India between 1715 and 1815?
That's 7 months, not 4 mark question. Why were British able to control? It's 7 months. Yes. Muhammad Daniel. Muhammad Muhammad Daniel. You did not. I have written your name before. You didn't respond at all. Last 3-4 times, right? This is serious. I'll see. I'll come back to you. Hassan Abid. Hassan Abid. And you are not responding as well. Okay, good. See, Rehan. Muhammad Rehan.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have done all of my previous work. The only two questions are left. Why did Sir Syed try to improve relationship with the British? This one, and were educational service of Sir Syed had the major impact on the rivals of Muslim following the this one, sir.
Okay. Fine. Noor Muhammad. Quickly. Are you here, Noor Muhammad? No. Okay. Zain Ahmed.
Yes, sir, I have done the 7 mark question British. How did British expand?
Why were British able to expand their control in India?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Any issue?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, Last in last lesson, I started with you the revision. Do you remember this thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I gave you two 7 mark questions.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
No.
last time you gave one.
One 7 mark question. Why were British able to expand their control in India? Why were British able to increase their influence, take control? That's the
So
same
you gave
question.
two.
Two, and the other, what appeal did India have for, or why did India attract the British, right?
Oh, sir, sir.
No, sir.
Why did
Hmm.
sir, 1 minute. Why did Sir Syed Ahmed Khan try to improve
Okay, that's
relations with
previous.
British?
That was
Yeah, yeah,
old.
that's
That was old.
previous. That's previous. Now I'm talking of revision. Okay, fine. Listen to me now, everyone. We were done with Sir Sayed. I was following up from the last lesson because I told you that we are starting now revision, and I explain in detail how we are going to do the revision. Do you remember that? Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
Yes,
secondly,
sir.
my emphasis was on writing practice. I thought, and what I meant by revision is not just revising the topics or the contents, but it was for writing practice. If you remember, I told you that this revision mainly mean writing practice, because what students most of the time lack in or feel like they face this problem is that they are not able to write it. They are not used to writing, and they are not able to finish their answers in time, even if they know it. So we need a lot of writing practice, and that's why I told you that I am not going to teach you the next chapter, which I should be, which is chapter 5 of languages. So I stopped here, and I just came back and I started revising with you that before the exam we can have a good writing practice. So last time I started with you chapter 2. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this is quite what I would say alarming, that even here in the revision, in the writing practice, you guys didn't write the question I gave it to you, which was 7 mark question. If you take this just one question, why were British able to expand their control in India? Why were British able to expand their control? I discussed everything. I showed you from the notes. I showed you from the marking scheme, and I we discussed everything in detail. Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, and you were to write just this one question at least. And for that matter, you did not need help from anyone because we did everything here, discuss in detail. And the document is already shared with you. You have the notes, which I gave it to you already. And then you have the topical papers as well, which I gave it to you. This is shared with you. I hope you know this, right? Did you check this topical paper? Chapter 2 is given to you, is shared with you.
No.
I told you last time, please wake up, be attentive, follow up things, better write it with you, whatever you are to do, because even if it is written in diary and other places, you tend to forget. So write it with you. The best way is,
Sir, have you sent it in OneNote?
yeah, I'll show
And
you. I'll show you at now. I will show you where it is. So don't worry. Now let me ask you one more question. That does anyone have any problem about this question? Why were British able to expand their control in India? We did this
no,
last
sir.
time as well. No issues. Okay. And do you know how to answer 7 mark question? Do you know how to answer 7 mark question? Why are you
Yes, sir.
silent?
Yes, sir.
You should all know it, right? Is there anyone who doesn't know? Let me know now. Raise your hand if you think like I have a problem in answering 7 mark question. I don't have a clear idea. Please raise your hand. No problem if you don't know. But if you won't ask in case you don't know, that will be a problem. So you all know it, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so three reason with explanation. Simple rule. Three reason with
Explanation.
Explanation.
explanation. Okay. And after this, what we need writing practice. So please focus. And I told you in revision, there is no second option that I forgot, I did not do it, or I was busy. These things are not, will not work in here. These things are not required in revision. For your routine homework assignment, maybe you couldn't do it. That should be done in time, but in any case, but in revision, please, you know everything. We are giving extra time. We are using our lesson for this revision, and if it is not revised, then what's the purpose? The problem is that then there is no purpose of this exercise. Do you agree with this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. uh, Now what I know is that your concepts are clear, topics are very simple. There is not any major difficulty if you have read that and if you have followed in lesson, etc. Topics are easy, simpler. What we have discussed so far, 4 chapters, and you know the pattern now. 7 marks and 14 marks we discussed in detail last time. Now what you know, uh, you yourself must be knowing that the problem you face is writing a complete answer, isn't it? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
The problem you face is writing. When you know, but the problem you face is that you are not able to, um, even if you have done prepare revise, when you write, you tend to forget maybe, or maybe you write very short, and all of these issues. For that matter, I've already explained that this is the method. Please, 7 mark question, as this is write reason one here, then write the explanation. So you need to know 3 4 5 sentences here. This is the reason. That is enough. That is enough. So this is
Sir,
how you can. Hmm?
I want to ask that, I think you told before, but I forgot that.
No problem.
Is there is like, if for example the 7 mark question, we
Hmm.
have to we will, if this one we write in paragraph and 14 when we don't write in paragraphs. So what's that?
No, no. Look, uh, good question. There is ask question, please. Don't hesitate that it was explained before or not. You have a confusion, ask question. That is good. Now I tell you one simple rule. Simple rule. Rule number one. Just simple. Any question answers. We have question ranging from this, like I put it, one A part, which is source, text source, B part, picture source, C 7 marks. There is a D question which is 10 marks. There is again in part B a C question which is 14 marks. So we have this range of question, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is your range of questions. You have a 3 mark, 5 mark, 7 mark, 10 mark, 14 mark. All answers, all answer in the form of paragraphs. The first thing is this. Is it clear? So no
Yes.
confusion. You shouldn't have any confusion. 3 mark question is from text source. So read this question, see the text, underline the relevant information, interpret in your own word, write in straight paragraph form. It would be 3 4 5 sentences, whatever the length, but it would be a continuous paragraph form. 5 mark
Oh,
question. Take detail from the picture, interpret it. I will discuss with you 5 mark question. Make a paragraph. 7 mark question. Three reason, every reason in a separate paragraph. 3 paragraphs. That's it. 10 mark
okay.
question. If it is how successful is something, I discussed with you. In that case, you will write an intro paragraph, you will write successes paragraph, you will write failure paragraph, you will write conclusion paragraph. 4 paragraphs, one pattern. Otherwise, even 10 or 14 mark question has the same pattern, that an intro paragraph, just a sentence, two sentence, that's it. Then the point which is mentioned in the question, like last time we discussed services, so educational services. Then we pick another 2 to 3 services, right, or points. So paragraphs and conclusion paragraph. So 5 to 6 paragraph, 4 to 5 paragraphs, 3 paragraph, 1 paragraph, everything paragraphs. Clear?
Yes, sir. So like on every mark question we have to write in paragraph every question.
Paragraphs form. Yes, very good. So this is for everyone, right? So uh, now you know that this 3 marks, 5 marks in a one paragraph form, 7 mark, and there is a 4 mark question also. Sorry, I forgot that. That is also a one paragraph form, right? So these are all one paragraph form, 3, 4, 5. 7 mark is 3 paragraph, right? And 10 or 14 mark question, depending upon its statement, 4 to 5 to 6 paragraphs. Done?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Okay, welcome. No problem. Now, boys, the problem which you know and I also have the understanding of this issue, that we lack in writing practice, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that is why I'm giving you this time, this extra time I'm giving you for writing practice. For writing practice. And that is why I told you that our revision will be question answer based, right? So I will discuss a question, I will tell you, okay, prepare and write the answer. Now, if this thing is not done by you, then we will not get the writing practice. And if we will not get the writing practice, then there is no purpose of this revision.
So can I ask a question?
Yes, please ask.
Since 7 mark question, we have to write 3 reasons, and for every reason we have to give explain evidence. In 14 mark questions, how many reasons do we have to write?
Look, I told you, do you remember last Sir Sayyid question which we discussed? Okay, if you don't remember, no problem. No problem. Listen, in 14 mark question, the statement which is given, like did education services officer Sayyid Ahmed Khan have important impact upon the revival of the Muslim after War of Independence? That was the question. So which service officer Sayyid mentioned in the question statement which I just said now?
Educational service.
Educational service. Okay, very good. So I told you always in 14 mark question, whatever service or statement point given in the question statement, usually this is one form of these 14 mark question. So that will become your first paragraph, and then we'll give the detail of this paragraph and link it to what is asked in the question. Was this the important service? So we'll write he did this, and finally one sentence summing it up, that this has a greater impact on the revival Muslim, because that is what question is asked. So we just link it with what is the question. So this become our one paragraph, right? After this paragraph, now depending upon the topic, because in some topic you have more points, in some topic you have less point, it depends. Now here we have Sir Sayyid other services, so we'll pick about his political service, we write a paragraph, same line. Okay, we'll pick about his improvement of relation, so that is another. So now in this case we have these two major more services of Amazon. His religious and literary services we can put into education services along with there. So two more paragraphs reason, and then fourth will be the conclusion. Here it varies only. Sometime, if like Mughal Empire, there are 7, 8, so you can add one more. So the general pattern is conclusion and paragraph will always be there. Intro statement will always be there. After this, the point which is mentioned in the question statement, first paragraph, pick at least two to compare with this, and it can be three in some cases. Okay, and then your conclusion. So it's 4 to 5 paragraphs. Is it clear?
Sir, the question was, did Sir Syed Ahmed Khan's educational service have an importance of revival of Islam? So, sir, always we have to go to the positive, like we have to go with the question, or we can go with the negative, like education services didn't have the important, some other service had.
Okay, you mean conclusion.
Yes, sir.
Look, that's a good question in that sense, that conclusion is your opinion. Okay, it's your understanding of the topic. Now, in conclusion, we know that these services were done by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Examiner can even talk about political services, right? Not necessarily education service. Do you understand my point? Examiner can ask, did educational services, political services Syed Ahmed Khan? Examiner can even point out sometime from political services, was two-nation theory the major contribution of Sir Syed Ahmed Khan? Do you understand my point?
Yes, sir.
So examiner can pick any of the point of the topic and make a question that was this the most important. That is the common understanding. Now what we're going to do, we will write about that one first, and then we'll pick other 2 to 3 in comparison. We say, okay, his political services, he did this, it had a major impact. However, the other services, educational, and then the improving relationship were like this. So separate paragraphs. In conclusion, now I may not agree. I will say like two-nation theory was the major contribution of Sir Syed Ahmed Khan, that it focused on separate identity of the Muslims, but his educational services were far more important for the revival of the Muslims in India, because only then Muslim were able to compete with Hindus in political, social, economic lives, and they upgraded themselves and could stand up for their rights. So now here I acknowledge this is important, but I differ to some extent that educational were more important. So, in my opinion, understanding, I can agree with the examiner, I can disagree with the examiner, I can partially agree with the examiner, I can acknowledge that yes, like I did, that yes, this was important, but this, to me, this other one was more important. So, conclusion, you are free. Here, main thing is here, you write, interpret, give evidence, link into the question, right, give evidence, mean what did political services he do, and then improving the relationship, what did he do, how did it improve, how did this revival of Islam, Muslim, how was this the revival of all that. Then here it's okay, there is no wrong or right conclusion. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So there is only a logical conclusion. In our opinion, opinions are usually a statement which cannot be in a black and white considered right or wrong opinion. It's your opinion, yes. If you are a wise, I mean educated person, so you will form a wise, educated, factual based opinion. If you are a biased person, you will form a biased opinion. But if it is a biased opinion or well, uh, constructed opinion, but still, I can't say that this is wrong or right. I can differ with you. To me, okay, not acceptable. But I can't say this. I mean, I shouldn't say this, that this is wrong. I would say, okay, I don't agree. This is mine. Fine, it is your. Okay, you can go with. This is called
Sir,
actually. Yes,
Sir, like even in generally, if you're talking to someone and they disagree
that's
with you,
what I'm saying.
say
Yeah,
you're wrong.
that's what I'm saying.
Like it's
Yeah,
their opinion and their part of thinking, the way they think, that's right to them. But they're all
exactly.
right.
Yeah, this is what actually I was
And
generalizing, and you
especially
helped me.
when you try
You
to give
helped
your
me. Very good point. Basically, this is
um
what I was generalizing. That in our attitude as an educated person, we have a right to differ. We have right to form our opinion. So does anybody else, right?
sir, in Pakistan we have this thing like if someone's elder than you, then he's right.
Yeah, I mean, these are wrong attitudes, these are wrong
Yeah.
perception, these are wrong beliefs. We have rigidity, we
Just let a
have no
person speak,
tolerance.
and it probably you're gonna think he's right or wrong based on his thoughts or his
Yeah,
ideas.
very true, very true. This is called educated democratic culture where you form opinion, you are independent to form opinion, you are independent to believe in this or that thing, but you beg to differ, you have right to differ, and you respect the difference. When you have a right to differ, somebody else also has a right to differ. So respect the difference, okay? Live with your own and respect other views. Do not try to impose yours. If yours are pretty fine and you think that these are something great, so people will follow you. If not, then don't impose it. This is very important. This is called culture of tolerance, democratic culture, which we need to learn and adopt it. This we can practice even if it is not there. You can practice, I can practice, we can intentionally uh, focus and impose that okay, this person has a right to, I have a right to, and let disagree with respect. And that's it, that's very important. This is not in our society, this is not in our culture, and that is why we see so many problems. Like sometimes something happens out of no reason, people pick up a fight, people even go to the extent of killing other. For what? The difference of opinion. Good God, you have the opinion, somebody else has the opinion. It's just an opinion, respect it, right? Okay, boys. Now, coming back to, I hope you got the point. Now, coming back to, I'm going to give you this question, and I hope that you all gonna practice this question properly. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm going to give you only one question. You have weekend, you have other days as well, because next class is on Monday, so there is a lot of time to go in between. And till then, just practice this question. Okay, this 14 mark question is related to the question we have already discussed. Okay, just listen to me. This is related to. We did the question, why were British able to expand their control in India? Do you remember this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the same question can be asked in the type in the form of 14 mark question. Very simple transition. Over there, see, in 7 mark question, examiner always asks you why did something happen. So examiner wants the reason for this thing. That's why we call it that we're gonna give reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. There could be more reason 3, 4, 5. Like so, for one happening, there could be more reason. Now if straight away examiner asks you a question, why were British able to expand their influence in India? So what is he asking basically? That tell the reason why. So we'll say, okay, there are many reasons. So I pick up three, one, two, three. I state, I explain. That's it. Is it clear? This point is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Yes,
how
sir.
how we go from this question to a 14 mark question formation? In 14 mark question, examiner actually assumes this thing. Suppose it, like examiner says that okay, you know the reason. You know that British were able to expand their control. They were very successful, and you know that they were successful because of their superior military. You know that they were successful because they got rich land of India at early stages, controlled it, and used the resources for further expansion. You know that they had a very efficient administrative system, governor general, police, judiciary. This gave them further strength. And you know that industrial revolution back in England was also advantageous for the British because they had advanced weapons and trade favorable. So these are number one, two, three, four reasons. Is it clear? Now, examiner says, look, you know
Yes,
these
sir.
reasons. Now you know these reasons. He supposes you know the reason. Now, 14 mark question is asked by the examiner, and he says, okay, let's put it in this way. Was superior military the main reason British were successful in India? Was industrial revolution the main factor that British were successful in India? Was their administrative setup, the government system in India where they imposed, the main factor for their success in India? Was the land or riches or wealth they got control of at early stages the main reason? Now here examiner, in 14 mark question, pick up anything and make it a 14 mark question. So if it says like this statement, see here, just 1 minute only. This statement, he said industrial revolution in the Britain, the most important reason why British were able to, look, rest statement is the same, able to control of India between this to this period of time. Now, following that pattern with what I explained it to you, first we'll write about industrial revolution, then we'll pick up, reinforce their control, administrative system is mentioned here, the conquest of large areas, further strengthen British control, all those reasons. So separate paragraph number one about industrial revolution, paragraph number two, administrative system, paragraph number three, the land they control, and you can mention also military expertise as well, and then your conclusion finally. This is how we smoothly have a transition from 7 mark question to 14 mark question, and this is how you're going to answer this question. Is there any problem answering this question?
No, sir.
Okay, now please
Sir,
revise. You can take help from here. You can take help from the notes as well. And using these two sources, answer this question. Yes, please, Arya.
sir, in all 14 mark question, they ask for the opinions.
Yeah, all look now. Look here. Look, this statement itself is asking, explain your. Was the industrial revolution in Britain the most important reason why the British were able to take? Now, if I ask you a question simply, was British? We are discussing, debating, right? And we discuss like, okay, look, British occupied India, and this was their strength. One, two, three, four. Now, if I say, what do you think? Was industrial revolution the main reason? Now, I've asked you a question and you are to tell me your opinion. Actually, the question is opinion based, which come at the end. So this is an argumentative essay based question. You state the argument stated by examiner, you give your counter argument 1, 2, 3, and then you conclude you agree or disagree. So all 14 mark question end up with an opinion. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, boys. You will find this document, this which I'm showing it to you over here in the files, right? I'm going to upload it, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
It's uploaded, I
this,
think so.
it was uploaded before. I think I shared with you in
No,
the
sir.
history.
Yes,
No,
sir, it is.
Uh,
History
it is
notes.
shared. It's shared, but I'm going to share here as well in the files. So you can check it later on. Now, good luck. Have your break and answer these questions. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Allah
yes,
Hafiz.
sir.
Allah Hafiz. Allah
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 Hafiz.
Hafiz,
Hafiz,
Take
sir.
sir.
care.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Sir, have a nice weekend. Allah Hafiz, sir.
You
And
too and everyone
Nice
else.
thank
weekend. Allah Hafiz, sir.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. Mhm.